Hello Aquarius, this is your October monthly reading. So let's start. So the first card is coming out of you know, past life. So there is some certain past history or something distant memory is coming out of nowhere. You know. This card is telling me that knowing and unknowing, these two lizards, they are conscious and subconsciousness. So something is coming out of nowhere. So the your first card is telling me that something has come up from the distant past or the past. So the second card is telling me that you're trying to gain certain wisdom from that past. For some Aquarius, this month of October, there is a lot of learning from the past, and from that learning, you want to achieve this kind of higher state, you know, um, higher higher wisdom in your life. So you want to transform yourself, um, become a completely different person, and get some knowledge or get the learning from your past life. Not literally Aquarius this month from past life, as in distant memory, maybe you're trying to learn from a year ago, whatever had happened. So the third card is of maturity. Oh, so you are getting maturity from your past learning. So actually, it is helping you, Aquarius. You are anxious. This third card is telling me that you are anxious whether you will attain this kind of maturity in your life. Will you ever learn from your mistakes from the past? I'm sorry. So this is the uh, card which tells you that you're trying to gain some, trying to learn some aspects and transform yourself like this. So this month of October, um, Aquarius, I'm sorry, you are trying to gain a perspective, certain perspective from your past life, and you're trying to transform your life. So the fourth card is telling me that this is happening in your surrounding. Maybe, some of the Aquariuses are getting advice, or maybe some Aquariuses, because of their external circumstances, they are not able to make up their mind. They are in a dilemma. So this dilemma is, like this person in the picture who is trying to be on both the edges of these structures. So Aquarius, you are in a dilemma. I'm sorry. In this month of October, whether or not to transform yourself, whether you will get that, you know, learn something from your past. The dilemma is, will you able to implement that in the present, the past learning? So let's check if fifth card. So the fifth card is a negative card, which is of isolation. So this card is telling me that Aquarius, um, you have isolated yourself So this negative card, telling me that in this month of October, you need to let go of this kind of isolation. Don't be, don't get cornered by yourself. Your mind is your cage, Aquarius. So leave this kind of isolation. If you leave this isolation, you will be able to transform yourself. This isolation, this kind of burdening yourself and limiting yourself will not give you the opportunity to transform and to mature, to get that higher state of mind. So Aquarius, this dilemma of yours is, you know, proving vital, it is disastrous for your growth, this kind of isolation. So don't get isolated this month of October and don't be in a dilemma. So the sixth card is telling me that if you leave this isolation of yourself, this restriction of your mind, this cage of your mind, you will have abundant possibilities. So this month of October, like this eagle who is watching over us, over and looking towards the ground, where there are full of possibilities. The sun is rising, so you have those, possibilities, the chances which you want to grow yourself, to transform yourself. So you have that possibility. You will able to transform yourself. So Aquarius, this is the negative card which is telling me that you are exhausted, getting exhausted. You can see this person, into a robot, and this person is not hopeful, not happy, not joyous, nothing at all, because this person has exhausted by working too hard like a robot, without feelings, without emotions. So I would say Aquarius, this month of, and this card resonates with this isolation. Don't restrict yourself. This isolation will bring you that exhaustion, that lifelessness, Aquarius. So don't get isolated. Be in the, in the surrounding, meet with people, participate in the activities, socialize. So this exhaustion you need to avoid this month of October. So this card, the eighth card is telling me that stop this fighting, as you are fighting between your past and your present. Stop fighting. This dilemma needs to be ended. So if you stay, stay angry like this warrior, you will not be able to attain this kind of transformation. So Aquarius, this month of October, the message is stop that resistance from learning from that past. So you will learn and will be able to gain that, transformation. So while shuffling, the cards for your reading, some cards, I think three cards fell down. So the first card is in reverse, which fell down, which is of burden. So this is a good news for you, Aquarius, that you are getting rid of the burdens. So there is no burden upright. It is you are feeling burden, but in reverse, you are not burdened anymore in your situation. So that's a good thing. So you will be able to get or attain this kind of transformation. So the second card which fell down was innocence. So at this moment, you are feeling like like an enthusiast, a born infant who always looks with so much, happiness around its environment. That child looks with an innocence. So same as this gentleman, this monk, who is looking at this grasshopper with an enthusiasm, with an astonishment. So this innocence, in this month of October, you are having that innocence. And this innocence will allow you to transform yourself this month of October. So the third card is telling me that you will be successful in your transformation. So there is a celebration, there will be a celebration in this month of October. So you are going to attain your objective, which is to transform yourself and learn from the past. So you are going to achieve success. I'm sorry, uh, this month. So I hope various this reading resonates with you, and like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.